Right, so what are we going to do before we...
Have we decided what we're talking about? There's so much happening.
Who put that there? You are taking the absolute piss.
It's Trevor McDonald, Miles.
Oh, my
Bit
goodness.
of casual racism to start the show.
That is so bad. Was that you? That was you, wasn't it?
Silas
Oh,
Funk.
wow. Get ready to rock on this show today, man. Oh, gosh. She's out of order. That's institutional racism. That is so bad. I wouldn't go that bright. Oh, wow.
What's she saying, Miles?
Did she say that? Oh. Right.
Because he pressed too many clicks that it just made the whole...
Oh, you're digging a hole, kid. Digging a hole.
Digging a hole, love. Sorry. First Trevor McDonald, then they would adjust the light. I've got to be honest. Seems as you're, the regular presenter on the show. I think you should be sitting here.
Oh, in that chair. Oh, don't tell him I've had the chair.
You're going to have the chair.
It's not the chairs?
Yeah. Okay. Give it a chair. Essentially, you're Jim and I'm you.
Okay.
Right, so let's get the old legs up on the chair. Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah. Right. So I'm thinking. One sec. So
You're struggling. You cheeky girl.
that's it. I'll take those.
And listen to the witches cackling.
Sorry. What's it? There you go. Right.
Are you struggling with this pose?
I am really struggling. Yeah. I got too much tackle to deal with, Dad.
Your wife's there going, yeah.
Oh, there. That's better. Oh, that's my third leg. I've got to let that.
Oh.
Got to let that out.
Oh God! This illegal immigrant, right, who's been given refugee status in the UK. He's a sex offender. He's on the sex offenders register.
Okay.
Right. He's got a bit of a penchant for wanking in public.
Oh,
right.
Wow.
So they won't deport him back to Afghanistan because they said, he'll be beaten up because he's a dirty perv. So we've kept a dirty wanking pervert who's an illegal immigrant because of the fact he might get beaten up in his own country. We're paying for that. So we've said, he can stay here where he's safe. So for the next 5 years, he's got refugee status now. Access to the NHS, access to housing services, access to dentist and doctor treatment, access to universal credit. So we're paying for a bloke to stay here who entered the country illegally because he likes wanking in public.
My goodness. Have you seen any footage of him?
Just proof. We need proof.
Show us. We want to see.
What is going on with our system, man? It's crazy.
I know. Do you know, it's funny because you look at items like that. Do you remember in the good old days? You should just get the guys flashing, didn't you? And that was it. They used to have the long coats, didn't they? They used to come out and go,
a trench coat.
and then run off, Now it's full-blown
It's
wanking.
sinister.
How would women get away with that, though? Because that was a bloke, wasn't it?
It was a bloke, yeah.
So what would women do? Would they have a tickle?
What if they just had a bit of a tickle in public?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's probably a porn site dedicated to it. What? Women just masturbating in public?
Are there any stories of women having a tickle in public?
I don't think there are. But because, genuinely, on a serious thing, it does the whole messing with yourself in public tends to go on to much more serious thing. And that tends to be the whole sexual offence thing. Does obviously tend to be more men.
Women get away with it, don't they?
No, they don't get away with it. They just don't think, I'm in Asda. This seems like a good time they just do it in the privacy of their own home. I'm picking up some bread.
That's actually very funny.
mean dead, Mike.
Yeah.
Just laughing and
Was that an impression of me?
That was you. That was you. Yeah, you're in all right. You're a lovely joy to be around, aren't you, Miles? Because you've got that sort of infectious
I do look on
laugh.
the lighter side of life.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, I know, there are hard-hitting stories out there and stuff like that. But there is a lighter side of life, and you just got to enjoy it every day as it comes, because it does creep up on you.
It does, and I think sometimes you can get... I think in my job, because I've always been a journalist, my natural tendency is to look at the news all of the time.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes there is an argument for ignorance is bliss, because you sort of go, I can't change what's going on in the world. I mean, we're currently on the bloody brink of World War III. Iran's, sending drones and missiles into Israel, which, thank goodness, Israel's our ally, and they've managed to... 99% of the missiles that they sent, they deflected or, with their defence system and with help from the RAF. But you sort of look at it and go, oh, is there any joy to be had? And then you read that awful, horrific story in Sydney yesterday where the man just went round with a knife, 6 people dead, a little baby in surgery.
Yeah.
And you just think, oh, good. And that was just a man with mental health issues. Apparently he was known to police in terms of they knew he'd got mental health issues, but just went into a shopping mall.
Just like that.
And just out of nowhere. And a baby, man.
Do you know that the scary thing about that is wifey Sarah was in Australia not so long ago. And, it's innocent bystanders
that
get affected by this, isn't it?
Just going about their everyday lives. I mean, that poor mom... whose baby was stabbed, and then she sadly died and had to sort of throw her baby at somebody else just to say, save my baby.
Yeah.
And that child's now got to grow up without her mom.
Yeah.
He's obviously been shot dead, the bloke who did it, but what just a horrific tragedy.
Yeah.
But it could happen anywhere, couldn't it? I think that's your scary thing. So when you go in life, you're just minding your own business, and then that happens, and it's just a scary world.
It does change your perspective on life sometimes. You think, do you know what, I really would like to go on holiday to this place. And then you think, hold on a minute, but didn't 10 people get shot in the mall or something like that? And then, it does affect you in different ways, isn't it?
Even like, for different... I mean, like I've always wanted to go to Egypt.
Do you know, I would go to Egypt if I was you.
Would you?
Yeah, still do it. I mean, I've got to tell you this story. It's a true story. It's not a joke. It's a true story, right? When I went to Egypt, I was doing shows on cruise ships.
Yeah.
And it stopped in Egypt. And they said, right, you got you could get a day excursion, right? And so I was eager to get off. But when you get off, you have to be back by a particular time. So the other entertainers I was with, we said, look, let's just go round the sort of coast parameter, have a little look and come back. So we came off and it was in a marketplace. Soon as you come off, there are people, £1. They got anything, £1. You thought, sod off, get off. And I saw this trainers stall selling trainers, right? So I went over to the store. It had Nike, Adidas, all sorts of different trainers for about 15 quid when you worked it out, I thought, wow, 15 quid. So I was trying them on, right? So I said to the guy, I want to buy 3. So I bartered, so I got one for about a tenner each.
3 pairs, just to clarify.
3
Not
pairs.
3
yeah.
For that
Not
third
3
leg.
trainers. Absolutely. That's a very good bring back. I'll keep that one, actually. It's a good one.
I'll write that down.
Anyway, so you're very good, right? So
Sorry, I've
it's
taken
the
you
best
off
possible taste, right? Anyway, so one sec, right. And so I bartered, because you barter over there, right?
Yeah.
So they worked out to about £10-12 each. I was boasting. I got my trainers, Adidas trainers, right? Got back to the ship, and the other guys, I said, oh, God, I got a really good deal on these trainers. I showed them the trainers like that. And, we pulled off and everything. I thought, let me just try these trainers on again, man. So I was in my cabin trying on the trainers. And when I looked at them, I thought, hold on a minute. There's something not right? the three stripes, they looked exactly the same, everything like that. But when you read the name, right, it wasn't Adidas, it was Adardis.
Serves you right.
Adardis. I thought no wonder the guy was eager to sell me those.
Get this bloke, he's not
Oh
reading.
my goodness. I thought I can't wear those.
Have you read another random sort of thing? But this just made me laugh. Well, it made me laugh to go, oh, can you believe this? So the Royal Navy,
Okay.
have said you no longer have to prove you can swim to be in the Royal Navy.
You're joking.
This is our sea-based defence, right?
Are you serious?
Genuinely, because recruits have dropped, right? So they've gone, tell you what, nah, you ain't got to swim. What?
So you're not like, are you serious?
They genuinely used to have to do
Swimming.
it. Swimming, man. What you would think would be the most basic of things to be in the Royal Navy.
Absolutely.
So they used to have to do a 30-minute swimming test. And now they've gone, nah.
Don't worry with that.
Don't worry with that.
Oh my goodness.
Does that not scare you?
That scares me a lot.
One of my best friends is an ex-Marine, which obviously he's Navy, and another one was an ordnance clearance diver with the Royal Navy. They're just mortified. You can't lower standards.
Yeah.
I say this about any sort of service, like with the fire service or whatever. You know when they start saying, we want more women in or whatever, so we're gonna lower the standards. Don't lower the standards. If someone's good enough to do it, they're good enough to do it. But it was the Royal Navy, wasn't it, that said we don't want any more white men. They sort of did that anti-white man campaign.
Yeah.
That's obviously backfired.
Blacks didn't give a fuck, to be honest.
Are you identifying as black still, Miles? Did you identify as white to go in? But it's crazy.
Yeah.
And then they're sort of, to not be able to swim.
Yeah.
So apparently they're going to sort of teach them to swim if they can't.
Oh, right.
Swim. Can you imagine? This is our Royal Navy, and they're like in some
Doggy paddle.
kids paddling pool. Come on, just with a little yellow cap on with the
they'll
kids.
have a float. You know, one of them floats you put around your arm. Come on.
Those little armbands. This is our Royal Navy. What? That's worrying, right?
Imagine showing that to the enemy. These are the people who are...
Be scared.
In them floaty armbands.
Okay, so we'll call Jim, all right? He's in Cyprus.
Oh, really? You're gonna do this like...
Yeah.
All right.
He's normally right, Mardy, when I call. He's like, leave me alone. Hello. How are you? Where are you?
I'm jolly good, thank you. Sorry?
I said, where are you? Because we're filming and you ain't turned up.
Well, if I told you where I am, I'd have to kill you. No, seriously, I'm in Cyprus, and this morning, about 11 o'clock, there was this huge roar. Huge roar on the ground shore. And it was our jets taking off from RAF Akrotiri.
I was going to say, they've set off, haven't they, from Cyprus?
We're really missing you here, Jim.
We're not.
Shut up. Oh, yeah.
No, we are.
Don't let her pick on you.
We're missing you.
Don't let her pick on you.
No, she's actually been really, really funny today, Jim.
What do you mean? Sort of reaction.
He's laughing.
I can't get in the swimming pool here because it's freezing. I swear to God. I got in the other day, my nuts were like Finder's peas. Made the swimming pool so cold. It's awful. It was so cold it would have shrunk yours up, Miles.
Oh, really?
We've had quite a lot of discussion about your bits today.
Yeah, you can look down your trousers and you've had a white boy's dick.
Yep, I know how Jim feels.
Okay then, well, it's lovely to speak to you and we'll see you soon, okay?
No, we're not engaged or married.
Bye. Bye.